about that? Tell us about that. Oh,
And I was leading, and there was a path around it. It looked like it was logging, so it was going, and she was in the logging field, parallel. And I went and got buried, it was up above my knees. Yeah. That's why it's
I mean, you want to move there to have the Jeep trucks. We have a good time. There's that's right. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, if you're there, you're there. If you're not there, no more.
kind of like our result. You show up, you're there, you're not. Somebody else goes.
good evening. Let's start,
Just draw it in, that's it. Must be time.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
public comments, is Trevor here? Trevor? 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 Go ahead.
I'm Trevor Mission, the director of the Bruce Area Library. We finished our summer reading program in July. We had 100 people participate, track and do reading, and everybody got a free book and prizes, most of which are from local businesses in the area, so we're very happy for their support. This month we've got some new virtual book talks on the website, and there's handouts over there about that. And we're doing a film screening of a movie about relationship behavior aimed at teenagers, but if anybody can come, and that's on the 27th. And then the library board is building in its budget tomorrow night, and then that will come to you in September. So if you want another meeting tomorrow night, the library board is at 4 p.m.
Thank you, Trevor. Is Ken Susan here?
Yes. I'm coming to ask the board if they would consider discontinuing Martindale Road. It's a short 0.2 of a mile road that starts on my property, ends on my property, and serves nobody other than me.
Was that considered with the previous board? Was that road considered to be,
What's that?
was that considered to be obsolete prior to this?
Well, we never went anywhere.
Okay,
I guess I misunderstood the procedure on the freeholder, and I don't qualify for the petition process because I am not a resident. So, but I understand the board can do it by resolution. And I guess that's what I'm asking, if the board would be willing to do that.
I think you can also do it by the freeholder residence. All you need is six.
Yeah, I
individuals
guess I
who
would
own-
have to find residents that would do it, yes.
Own property or, and live here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, we can talk about it, we can put it on the
Yeah,
next
you can,
agenda.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Other public comments? Go ahead.
At a public meeting, the chair started with a statement that ended with a comment that the board will continue to meet, just as it always has. We, the people and constituents, would like to know what is meant by this comment. If the chairperson means that the board will meet or discuss public issues outside the public purview, then I think it's important to bring the full context of the Wisconsin Open Meetings Law into light. It is imperative that we recognize that transparency is the cornerstone of democracy, and the citizens cannot hold elected officials accountable if a representative government, unless a government is performed in the open. Any ad hoc gatherings are subject to consideration as a meeting. of a governmental body if a sufficient number of members are present to determine a governmental body's course of action. Therefore, with 3 voting board members, it appears that it only takes 2 of you to take a discussion offline to determine how you might vote is a violation of the law. This violation is addressed as a walking quarrel. In the law, and each incidence of violation is punishable by a fine of $25 to $300 per occurrence, and we can bring the Attorney General in to investigate.
Next.
I would like to address the driveway turnarounds again. I thought where this was left before was that the property owners were going to sign waivers. So if something happened, we wouldn't sue the township. I would like someone to let us know what happened in between, that this is back on the agenda for discussion. Again, I have lived here for 38 years and this has never been an issue. If this were an issue for our town workers, that would be different. We would fix it to make their job easier. Have our town workers been complaining about any of these roads? I personally mow my ditch, and after talking with my neighbor who mows the ditches for the township, it actually makes his job easier. Besides, it looks nice for our family and anybody else that comes into our property. My question is, if you can't go beyond where the town road ends, where are you going to pile the snow? You can't just leave it in a pile at the end of your road or push it across the line onto the property of the owner. This would create more of a hazard. I thought your whole position on this board is to create less government or actions against property owners. Seems to me you are doing the opposite here. I would think if plowing driveways were left as it has always been done in the past, and the workers did damage someone's property while plowing, that no lawsuit would be had if the town fixed the damage that was caused. Has the town ever been sued for these type of damages in the past? Again, I think our tax dollars could be better spent elsewhere, and the site plan was just voted down saying it wasn't necessary at this time. I think this applies here as well then. It is not necessary at this time.
Jim?
Yeah, I'd like to address the same topic. When you voted down the site plan, you stated, and this stuck in my mind, that you didn't want the strong arm of government intruding on people's lives. And I'm absolutely in favor of that. I don't want government doing that. One of the reasons when we were on the board, John and Dwayne and Lyle and Art and myself, we did away with the tax levy because we felt we were taxing people $34,000 to get $34,000 back. We didn't need to do that. So if we want to do the turnarounds, I keep thinking we're intruding on people's lives. I don't think we should do that. We always operated on the premise that if Frank, Mike, Craig, or Tommy had a problem, we took care of it. If they said it was a problem, we dealt with it. If it wasn't a problem, we didn't address it. The only time I ever think there was a problem was on Persons Lane. There was something going on there. That was the only issue that we ever had. And that was over 30 years ago. So to me, I would say, forget the turnarounds. Make life simple for people. Why take land away from them? And if the workers of the town say, this is what we need and this is what we don't need, I'd follow that. I think that's more important. I don't want government sticking their nose in people's property and doing things like that, so, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Regarding number 2 on the agenda, Pledge of Allegiance, I would strongly suggest we also add an invocation or a prayer at the beginning of every meeting. I think we could use it, and that can be done by anybody on the board. Number 6, letter E, letter doing work on public roads. I was given a cease and desist order because I took care of the road a couple months ago. And we sent back a letter, and I hope you're addressing that. We do need a written direction from the board on what we can and can't do on a road. And I'd say everybody who's got a town road in front of them or a dead end road, I know for the last 47 years I've been taking care of anything that kind of goes wrong, and if Craig said drop some limbs or whatever so his truck didn't get smacked, we get out there and cut the limbs and take care of that stuff. That's what we did for the town, for our neighbors. So I hope when you do address that letter, you let us know what we can all do and maybe have a policy on what's allowable. Because there's emergency situations, we don't know who to call, we don't know who's gonna come out, fix a down tree, a pothole, a washout, a flood. We don't know any of that, we used to just take care of it for 47 years. So now we can't do that, we need direction. The letter F, on number 6, that is back to the Lorkowski Lane and dead end roads. I do have area, and I think that the truck driver or the grader driver is the person that needs to look at that and direct the board on what's safe. I've got plenty of room to turn around at the end of the road. So if Craig or somebody wants to come out with a grader or a truck, check it out. We don't have to spend any of the town money. Because if you're moving hills and stuff there, we've got underground cable, we've got powers on, a lot of stuff's underground, so it's all gonna have to be done properly and excavated out. And the last item on the agenda is town meeting adjournment. And after that, we will, after you adjourn your board meeting, we will have a resident meeting after that. That's all I got.
Okay, go ahead.
I got some comments I wanna make on conflicting and misinformation I've been hearing in the town. First, Mr. Chairman, you stated at the last meeting the site plan ordinance has caused division amongst the town residents. This isn't true. The site plan did not do it. It was the spreading of misinformation that caused the issues. For example, the first thing, it was stated that testing of building materials would be required in the site plan ordinance. That's false. That's handled by a commercial and residential building code. I heard that you won't be able to cut down trees. That is false. You won't be able to sell your farmland without approval from the town. That's false. You lose your property rights. That's false. County zoning is what determines what you can and can't do with your land. The subdivision site plan ordinance works in conjunction with the comp plan. The other comment I heard was that the 120% surety bond was out of line. This is the amount allowed by state statute. It's within state guidelines and was recommended by your town attorney. Do you know people why it's there? In the event that there is a development and there's infrastructure installed and they go belly up, then it's the town people that are paying to clean that up. Mr. Chairman, you also mentioned there's no growth in Russ County. You stated the last commercial development was Classic Auto. That's not true. Classic Auto was in June of '79. What you failed to mention was that since then, 2 of the largest industrial developments in Russ County have been in the town of Stubbs or right next to it, the landfill and the sand plant and warehouser. You said you don't believe we need to do this now, we'll wait till there's more development. Well, that's completely opposite of what some people were saying. Some were accusing the planning commission of doing the site plan because of their solar field. I also understand there's discussions of a possible 60 residential lot development on Amiquay now. So who's gonna decide when there's enough development to implement the site plan ordinance? Some developers pursue communities without standards so they can do what they want. It appears you and Pam are in favor of supporting the developer and not the residents. Speaking of the solar developments, why was Pam allowed to vote on the site plan ordinance? This is an apparent conflict of interest. The property of their proposed solar field is owned by the Bunsick Soft Maple Valley Dairy Farm, which has been in the family for many years. Also in the minutes from the July 17th site plan hearing, which Pam recorded the minutes, she noted the majority of people in the meeting were not in favor of the ordinance. How'd you come to this conclusion? There was no vote. Providing your opinion in the minutes I don't believe would be right or even legal. So why was that allowed? With that said, I have a petition of 82 signatures of property owners and residents who are in favor of the site plan ordinance. In addition, the residents should know that the town attorney, the town's planning firm provided input on the site plan ordinance. The Russ County zoning administrator commended the town for looking ahead. Last, Pam, you stated that myself and Bob Lurkowski used vulgar gestures at a meeting. This is totally false. I did not do that. Bob didn't do it. I was sitting in the back of the room. I didn't see anybody else do it. So please answer these questions. Provide legitimate reasons why the Stubbs residents are better off without the subdivision ordinance than with it. Why was Pam allowed to participate in discussions and allowed to vote on the site plan ordinance when she has an appearance of conflict of interest? Why were her opinions entered in the site plan hearing? And why was the planning commission not allowed to present draft 4 of the site plan ordinance to the public? Why were residents not allowed to ask questions and get their questions answered?
Anyone else, public comments?
Regarding turnarounds, some residents have spoken with other surrounding townships and found they don't have turnarounds and haven't had any liability issues. According to tonight's agenda, the town chair has prioritized a list to install turnarounds. There's 4 of them on there, 2 of which are Keith Road and Lorkowski Lane. On June 17th, the town chair informed us that maintenance on Keith Road would not be done due to funds. And in regards to Lorkowski Lane and questions of maintenance, was told that was at the bottom of the barrel. However, our town chair still wants to come up with funds which are unbudgeted for turnarounds on these 2 roads. Now, town chair has tried to defend the choice by saying it's a liability issue. What's the liability cost this year for those 2 roads? 0. Last year, 0. What's the cost of installing these turnarounds? I don't know, but it's gonna be more than 0. This is not a valid defense. If the township knocks down a mailbox anywhere else, they're liable for it, to repair it, replace it. It should not, the liability argument does not exist. Our town chair says he's doing what we want with what was voted for. You did not campaign for this, Dave. That was not part of your campaign. What you said is you wanted to listen to the people and do what they wanted. Says it's not a personal decision, but really it appears that it is. Is it any coincidence that Bob and Heather, who reside on Lorkowski Lane and Keith Road, the roads that are considered bottom of the barrel and no funds to make maintenance on, are 2 he wants to come up with funds for turnarounds? It's not. These are 2 individuals that he threatened to throw out of meetings. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that he's got personal issues with these people. My concern is now that talking here, he might have a concern with me. He knows I walk Paul Lane with my wife and neighbors. Maybe you're gonna wanna close that next. To conclude, not only should these turnarounds not be installed, but residents that are on these turnarounds, you should not sign a waiver. Don't sign away your rights for that. They just should not be installed. Thank you.
I don't, is, Paul Lane the same as Martindale Lane Road? Oh, okay. Making sure.
Any more public comments? Go ahead.
Well, just the last comment, where is Martindale Road?
Where the corner is on Paul Lane, you go from, yeah, you know where that corner is on Paul Lane? He goes up and then makes the corner, and then comes
Turns
down,
into
it
Stubbs
comes
Act?
back to the same road.
So that's Stubbs
And then-
Act, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Steph Check, where they both come up and they go in, on the corner, the road goes straight back, where there used to be 2 houses back there.
Okay, and how much of that, where it goes straight back, are we talking is this Martindale Road?
It starts at corner and goes south,
So south and then.
And then
I-
east.
at the intersection of Paul.
So it
and
is not
Zach.
part of Stubbs Act?
No,
Nope.
no,
No.
Okay,
Nope.
it's just basically a trail.
Dead end.
Yep.
You
okay,
still
so
have
it's
the 2
not,
houses back there.
it's not to the level as far as the way it's built or whatever as Paul Lane or the rest of Stubbs Act there?
No.
The old farm, where the silos were.
Yeah, I don't know that there were 2 houses, was there? There was a house.
There's 2 houses.
There was 2?
Right.
2 houses.
Used to be.
And then I believe they burned down.
And just for clarity, I'm curious, what does the town do for that portion of that path or roadway? Do you do anything maintenance wise every year?
One pass with the grader maybe once a year.
If at best.
Don't even do that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, do you get paid anything, town get paid for, by the state as far as any, considered to be part of the the total, length of roadways that they might fund or support?
Yeah, I thought that was closed. It was, I
I will
thought
look,
that
but I
that was,
believe it's still on our state map.
Well, I don't think it's on.
I thought that section of road was closed a long time
It
ago.
was never closed.
Just one at a time here.
I'm just asking for clarity, so I understand what we're even talking about, because I think at times we talk about things and it's unclear.
Yeah, it's never, I don't believe it's ever been closed, it's on our state map yet, it's 0.2 miles. And it goes south and then it goes east. That, you know, and then actually when Susan's bought it, you know, they tore down all the buildings and everything, and I believe you actually probably plow the east section. You?
Yeah, it was planted, actually the grader went through there.
Yeah, and all that stuff basically is the south section.
It was just a dirt trail when we
Right.
bought that 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Do we get any funding for it or not?
Yes,
We do.
yeah.
Thank you.
Any more public comments? Okay, we'll go to approved minutes.
No, there's a couple hands
Oh, I
here.
did see it, okay, go ahead.
I just had an issue when the policy committee was abolished. On June 12th at the special meeting, you abolished the policy committee. You didn't like one topic they were trying to work on was a conflict of interest. You didn't like that because you wanted control over the policies being worked on. And when you were informed that the committee doesn't need your direction to work on policies, then you went into questioning how new members were recruited. It was evident at the time that you didn't like who was on the policy committee, and even stated, and I quote from minute recordings, that there was some bias there, and that immediately caused the crowd to erupt. There was a lot of dismay and sounds made from the crowd. Annie asked for an example, you couldn't give one, why you were, you know, abandoning the policy committee. So then Pam immediately made a motion to dissolve the committee. Before you could second it, Annie pointed out twice, she said, point of order, point of order. And you ignored her and proceeded to second the motion, and before the discussion was ended. That was in violation of the Roberts Rule of Order, totally. And I just wanted to point that out.
Any more public
Yep.
comments?
Dave, I'm speaking to the board on behalf, because I'm a member of the township, not
Okay.
as treasurer. So during the April 29th, May 12th, and June 9th meetings, the minutes state that the planning commission will present the site plan ordinance to the board. This was motioned on and passed. On July 17th, you violated this by not allowing the site plan ordinance to be presented. Several people arrived at the town hall on the 17th to hear the site plan presentation and to ask clarifying questions if need be. What's extremely concerning about this is the only people that appear to know that there wasn't a presentation of the site plan that night and that they should come prepared with written speeches were Brad and Heidi Bartels and John Boncheck. This is not right, Dave, it's not fair, and it was deceptive. Furthermore, there have been a number of edits in the plans between drafts 1 and 4. The public deserves to hear the details of the site plan, what it will and will not cover. Bob Lurkowski and Dave Wurzbach, who are here to present the site plan, were not informed that they wouldn't be allowed to present until after you started the meeting. This doesn't align with the previous meeting's discussion or the motion, and also indicates that the board's willingness to look at this with an open mind was false. This is a perfect example of why members of this township do not trust you. Until this is corrected and Bob and Dave are allowed to present the site plan, this should never have been voted on. Board needs to pick a new date for a public hearing at which the site plan can be presented. Again, it was motioned on and passed. Furthermore, the people of the town should be allowed to ask reasonable and clarifying questions, enabling them to make an informed decision on whether they want the township to adopt the site plan. You said during the July 17th public meeting that the site plan affects all property owners in the township, not just the residents of the township. However, non-resident property owners were not mailed the plan. That plan went to everybody in December. The people have addresses here because they reside here. Most of the people that don't live here but own property probably don't even know about this site plan or know that it was available on the website for a short time. You may recall that last November, John Boncheck here made it well known that the site plan needed to be mailed to every address because we have an elderly population that don't use computers and cannot access electronic documents. Now you're claiming that being the draft has been on the website for a few weeks, so everyone's had access to it. This is completely contradictory to the November argument. Finally, during the July 24th special meeting, there was never an ask for a show of hands or a voice on whether the people in attendance would like the township to adopt the site plan or not. Therefore, the statement that we're gonna see in all these meeting minutes that we're gonna go through, there's 6 sets by the way, that the majority of people in attendance do not want the site plan was completely fabricated. Thank you.
Anyone else? Public comments? Okay. Prior meeting minutes, July 14th. Do you have anything, Pam?
July 14th?
Yes.
I don't see that one here.
Okay, it's this one right here.
The one with the staple. The one with the staple?
Is this what you're talking about?
Oh, got it. Thank you. I didn't have anything.
Annie, anything?
No, I do not.
Okay, a couple things, I think G should say, where it says Dave would contact John on stuff, I think it was Craig.
Huge G, but.
It's, 3G.
3G. Dave would contact John.
It should be Craig.
Great.
And then on, let's see, 11, just change date to chairman.
The chairman will contact.
Yes. And I think there's another spot there too.
Wait a minute, what's on 11?
11, change my name Dave to chairman. And that is it there. Good there?
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve the July 14 meeting minutes with the corrections.
Second it?
I will second it.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passed. July 17th.
Any changes on that?
And you good?
I'm good, except, oh, wait, maybe there's more here. Okay, okay. Okay, I mean, I will say that, this isn't the original draft, I don't believe, yeah.
So what I would do when I would take minutes is I would take my minutes and then I send them to you two and Caroline. And I would instruct Caroline to change the formatting only, so it looks the same as her formatting. That's all I did. So anything, I mean, I can go back to my other computer and see what I put in, cause I don't have it, that's why I was looking at my phone.
Okay. So Carolyn, were these,
Well, these were sent, the chairman, I think, might have had some minor corrections on them, and those are included in here. But I have the document that shows the corrections, in the red or the yellow or whatever.
okay, are we not supposed to be showing your draft minutes, the clerk's draft minutes?
She wasn't here.
But she had draft minutes.
Yeah,
Right,
took-
and they
Pam
are
took
not
the
to be
minutes.
changed except at a board meeting, is that not correct?
Okay, you can change them, and then we review them, and then we vote on them, they're a draft. Okay, check that out.
Except we don't have that draft in front of us.
Pam had the draft.
But we don't do that outside of a public meeting.
You can do that, we can do that individually, don't talk to each other, and submit the changes. They're a draft yet, and then we approve them, or we change them at the board meeting. Okay, I talked to WTA after,
Okay, I would like, cause I also talked to WTA.
and you can't change it, okay? We can
Okay,
change them
so-
initially.
We cannot change them until we're at a board meeting.
Okay, you can change them, okay? If she takes the wrong notes, or something's incorrect, we can change them. They're still a draft, we review them at the board meeting, and then if they're wrong, we can change them.
Okay, then, I think then I can approve these, cause I believe they're wrong.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
I mean, what was changed? I would like to see what changes were made, cause I didn't, and that's what I was asking for, the original ones, I never got them.
Okay, what's changed?
Well, I would like to see the original ones and then, cause I think this is different than the original ones. But I think I did see some of the original. I actually believe I did, and these are not it.
I'd have to go to my, I don't have my computer for that.
I have what she gave me.
Okay,
I mean, wouldn't that be proper to have the original minutes here?
we correct them, okay, we can correct them. okay?
At a board meeting, we
No,
can correct them.
you can correct them, Pam can correct them, I can correct them. Then they're put out in the minutes as a draft. Then you review them at the board meeting, then they can be changed or not changed. I talked to WTA, as long as we do it individually, we can change the minutes if something's incorrect. And if
Okay,
they're
I mean, I guess I
incorrect-
talked to the
if you
Towns
think they're
Association
incorrect,
also, and they said only at a board meeting.
if you think they're incorrect, to be approved, okay, at the board meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing, they approve them at the board meeting.
Okay, yeah, I think they're incorrect, except being I don't have the original ones here.
Well, she's getting it.
Okay, print them out then.
The 17th.
Yep. So you would have got it
July
on the
17th.
18th.
They were sent to Dave, me, and Annie on the 18th.
Okay.
So here is. Far away from the. Well, for the 17th, there were no changes.
So what's wrong?
Okay, there were no changes on the
There
17th.
were no proposed changes from the 17th.
Okay, what was the,
So what's wrong with the 17th now?
okay, this is,
Oh, wait, here we go. There was some change.
Okay.
It just changed,
Can you print them out for me?
Yes.
I mean, I would ask that we get copies of the very original minutes.
You do it, she sends them by email.
But I mean, they should be here. They should be here at our meeting to approve. And I mean, we always did that.
These are what got posted, that's the thing, is the
They're posted as a
changes or whatever, and they said it's a draft, we're posting it, so it's posted to the public in this form.
In which form? The one I have here or the original?
What's on the table here, the very originalist ones said what they said, and then they came back and Dave wanted to say the chairman instead of Dave. So I changed that, and that's what got posted
So
in the
that
draft.
sentence right there.
Okay, I mean, can I get a copy of the very original ones? Can you print that out right now?
Yeah, I think it's printing over there.
I mean, I think we should have a policy on this. I mean, I was asking for, I didn't get all the minutes of everything. I think as a board member, I should get the minutes.
You get the minutes, she sends them by email.
But I didn't,
First draft. She sends the first draft by email.
I didn't get all of them. I got some, but I did not get all of them. And, yeah, so I don't understand what happened there, that I don't get them. Because I would've read them all already, except I didn't get them all. So the 17th, what was the meeting after the 17th?
The 17th, let's decide on the 17th.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it printed out?
No, it's not printing.
I would I mean, you know what? I disagree with what you're saying about that. I think that's something we need to talk to our lawyer about.
I did talk to the lawyer, WTA.
Right, I think we need to talk to our I mean, I thought he might be here tonight. He could answer these questions. If, I mean, we hired a lawyer, so, I think we need to get the procedure right. It's different than we always did. I also talked to WTA, and that is not what they told me. So we have conflicting stories from WTA.
What did they tell you?
They said the only changes that can be made, and the clerk does them, or she doesn't make changes, is at a board meeting, not
For
on
the
an email.
official document. It's not a draft, this is a draft, okay?
I know, but the draft cannot be changed,
Yes.
the way I 100% understood it. Once the clerk drafts the minutes, they can only be changed at a town board meeting.
Okay.
In a public context, because now, obviously, you changed the minutes before they got here.
Yes, I did. And I was told I could do that.
Okay, I think we need to talk to our lawyer, because otherwise I could change them too. I could just call and say, hey, you know what, I wanted to say this.
And then,
And
when
that
they get
should be
approved, we would sit and debate it then.
Okay, but except when you don't have the original in front of you, why is she giving us this? It should be the original.
This is the draft,
The original draft.
just forget it.
I mean, I don't wanna forget it. I think this is very important, being clear in the.
I've got it on here, call the attorney.
Okay, except Carolyn, have you printed that out yet? We haven't approved this yet.
Yeah, having difficulties from printing from here. This is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, oh, wait, oh, no, this is two pages, okay. Okay, so that was the change made there.
You good with that? You fine with that, Andy?
I am fine, and I mean, I will ask this though, what difference is, she says Dave or the chairman?
Shouldn't really list names.
I mean, I don't care what it is either way, I was just curious.
I didn't hear it. We didn't hear it. Speak up, please.
You can
This-
list names, you
this-
just don't wanna say Dave, because, 20 years from now, who's Dave, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's why we did put that in there.
Motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the July 17th draft.
I will second it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Okay, let's go to the 21st.
I did,
The 21st?
it's fine to me.
I'm good with it. Good, Annie?
I wasn't there, so I can't.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve July 21st meeting draft minutes.
Okay, I second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Okay, July 24th meeting minutes.
Any fun with them?
I'll just say that number 5, which someone did bring it to our attention, that, it states that the majority of people in attendance did not want the site plan. That's, a matter of opinion there.
Should we pick the majority of people who spoke?
Yeah, I'm just gonna-
I mean, why would we put that at all?
Okay, that's
I
fine.
don't think that,
Okay.
who spoke, you're not talking about the people in attendance.
What do you wanna change that discussion of draft plan ordinance after public comments?
I mean, that was the board discussed, right? Because nobody else can talk about it. So, did we talk about it? I don't, what did we say? Okay, so then eliminate number 5. Right? Or if
We did talk about it.
Oh, we did, okay, so what was, okay, then, what was?
Cause then we passed the motion and we discussed it and passed it. So just put, discussion of draft site plan ordinance discussed after public comments.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the July 24th meeting minutes.
I would say.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Okay. The 29th of July. It's really Pam, you and I.
I'll make a motion to approve the July 29th meeting minutes. No correction, maybe you want to.
You have, Pam made a motion to hire Bonnie Norman, and then, all right. See yours. Yep, that's good, that's good.
I'll make a motion to approve the draft meeting minutes for July 29th. No corrections.
I second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. August 5th. Yeah, I mean,
So
Andy didn't hear
I
either.
wasn't,
Um,
this is it. Oh, is the committee?
Yeah, it's just the committee. I don't know if we need that passed or.
That is a question, I don't have the answer.
I guess it'd be kind of good to have some kind of meeting minutes.
Yep.
But maybe they don't need to be technically passed, but good to keep it. Maybe there's some kind of negotiation binder that can be put together.
I can make a separate thing for all the landfill stuff.
Okay. Good.
So no motion on that.
We'll just,
That's something you can ask the town about Fairland or something, see what happens.
okay, approval of financial report.
Alright, hello everybody, I'm gonna go over the finances for the month of July. July first, we had a balance between our checking, savings, and CDs of $345,024.86. I'm gonna move to the right, top corner there. So deposits into our regular savings account, we received $33,922.10 from the state of Wisconsin, so this is, the quarterly payment for general, transportation aid. The line item below that, you can see I took it right out of there and I put it in our checking account because our checking account has a higher interest rate. Next income was on July 14th, again from the state of Wisconsin, we received $2581.24 for fire dues. And again, that money was put right into checking. On July 17th, we received $79,065.66 from Waste Management for the tipping fee, again transferred to checking. And then the last deposit into that account was July 28th from the state of Wisconsin, and that was the state shared revenues for 8301.91. And again, I transferred that out, so that leaves a net of zero for transactions into that account for the month of zero. Tax savings, there's no activity because it's not tax collection time. Going right below that, there's certificate of deposit. We earned $115.30 on interest. All right, going to the left, under checking deposits, you're gonna see all those deposits I just talked about, but I'll speak about Kathleen Clark gave us $55.87 for a fire sign on July 10th. We received $649.77 from Taylor's regarding the liquor and operation licenses. Got $1,000 from Caroline Hughes for a donation to the cemetery. Got a building permit check of $25 from Steve and Caroline Vanderloop. And then lastly, interest in July was $517.51, leaving us with a balance in checking at that time of, actually the activity for $126,119.06. I'm gonna go down below that, you're gonna see all the payroll listed. That payroll expense for the month was $5826.29. Moving to the right, these are non-payroll expenses. So for example, we paid $2,023 to A&A Tire Service for tires for the ditch mower. $49.74 for coolant for the ditch mower to Ascend truck. Bruce Fire Department, the fire dues for the second half of the year were $12,281. Paid mileage to the clerk of $581.70 for some training. Express Mart, we paid $176.99 for gasoline for the cemetery mower. Septic pumping, again, so that's the third time in a very short period. We had to pay to go lot to pump the septic. Ladysmith News, $416.70, and that was for road repairs for the legal bid notice that has to go in the paper. Paid Lane Enterprises, $97.16, that was for a fire number, or fire numbers, I should say. Russ County Clerk, we paid $241.89, that was for the election firmware license. Paid the Russ County Treasurer $25.64 for managed farmland. Town Web Design, paid him $100 for the monthly web hosting fee. And again, the Ascendance Truck Center, oh, I'm sorry, that's not right, that probably starts with an A. We paid out over $103,000 last month, that was a deposit for the new snowplow chassis. All right, then a few other expenses, Hack Bandits, IRS, Microsoft, just our normal monthly expenses for the keeping the lights on and so forth. So our non-payroll expenses totaled $120,931.08 for a total sum of $126,757 for the month of July. So if you go down to the bottom left, you'll see after all that activity in our checking account, As of July 31st, we had 307,828.63, savings had 4746.99, and the CD had 31,926.22 for a total balance of July 31st of 344,501.85. Any questions? Yes.
The mileage for clerk training, is that really mileage?
No, mileage and training.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
mileage
And training.
The
I mean, wasn't it $500 for the
board
training?
lists
That's what I
out,
thought.
Yeah,
Perhaps the first thing it sees.
Cause I thought that was online training, it's like
yeah,
a lot of mileage.
yeah, the training
Okay,
itself.
so yeah, 'cause that's what the trial balance did say, but it is for the cost of the training. Okay, I'll correct that.
I mean, training and mileage, right, both?
No, I don't think there.
I thought it was $4.99 for the training.
Yeah,
The mileage is for what?
I don't remember mileage for this one, I forgot to ask for this one, so.
Dave, the details should be behind the check that we go through and sign later tonight, so we can look at it then if you want.
Report on town correspondence?
Wait,
Oh,
What's-
I make a motion to approve the
Okay,
I have one
financial.
other
Oh,
question.
okay.
The other question I had is the fix to your computer. Carolyn,
Which one was that?
it was like, I don't know if it's
computer, it's computer report.
That's this one.
That's not on this.
so whatever we got in the email, it was on there, so that's not this then?
No, that'll be on next
Okay.
month's financial report, but it's this month's check, right?
She repaired hers was
Yeah.
down, mine was down, so we took them over to Hayes.
Okay.
And mine is still not working.
Yep.
So I gotta bring it back to Hayes again.
We have
Anything else?
to take a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion to approve the financial report as.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Okay. Report on town correspondence, road maintenance. Craig, anything on road maintenance?
Well, we've got the shoulder work here on South Hutchinson, almost completed, we gotta put a little bit of gravel on the shoulder, but it's essentially done, we put the rig.
And it looks very nice.
I talked to Steve Teagues, I believe it was last Thursday, I see you got timing ruled on here, but he asked me, he said that you asked him if there was anything we could do as far as working on this grant thing, and he said we need to catalog all the culverts. He marked them all, he said he's physically unable right now to they gotta be measured diameter, length, whether they're steel or plastic, and just mark everything down. So I told him we could do that. It's up to the board if you want us to go ahead and do it.
Yes, yeah,
Yep, I would say go ahead and
do it.
do it.
Other than that, I guess I don't have anything else.
Okay, and I would make a motion then that we have the guys, Craig and whoever you want with you, to go ahead and,
They can just do it, I mean.
well, no, I think it's good to make a motion that it's clear then. We've run into trouble with this before, so, that they would go ahead and inventory the culverts on time and road.
I'll second
Seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Say Craig, you're doing something on, Murdoch Lane?
We did a little bit of ditch work on Meredith
Okay.
and, Krell Lane. That's where we got the dirt to do the project
Gravel
over
down
here.
here, okay,
So it went to good use.
okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I have the letter from Carol Hughes sent us a donation of $1,000 for the Apollonia Cemetery. She wanted us
Wait,
to,
isn't that somewhere else? Or-
well, she
Go
sent
ahead.
us a letter with a check.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So you don't understand. Okay, the Stubbs 6020 structural inspection, issues. Craig, I don't think you received this, I'll give you this letter. And you two should receive it by email. Mark Serby, whoever that is.
Mark Survey. What is it?
Yeah, Serby or,
So, I mean, do we have a copy of it here?
well, you should have a copy on
I'm-
email.
What day is that?
This is the August sixth, is when it was written. But they did inspections and they've got a couple things listed here, Craig. On Norwegian and Timon Road and then on Amicoy Lake Road. And, let's see, like the spreader beam is loose, needs to be shimmed and replaced. Got a rating of 5. The spreader was tight, the rating would be 8. Also, the railing on the east side of the structure is loose and should be tightened to the deck edge.
That's a wooden bridge,
Which one are you talking about now?
Norwegian Road.
little wooden bridge on Norwegian Road, just north of the old Poplawski farm.
Oh, I know what you mean,
Down
yep,
in the old
okay,
spot there.
yep.
Should've,
We're not on.
well, I guess we're
I
not.
don't remember seeing that.
Here's another one, Timon Road, 0.365 miles west of Zebra Road. The culvert is rated in condition 3. There is corrosion with pinholes all along the 3-foot area below the lowest splice. The culvert is failing from corrosion. The south floor has failed and rolled itself over itself. This will lead to potential undermining of the culvert. The culvert should be replaced, and until it is replaced, the town should actively monitor the condition, especially after rain events, to ensure structural stability.
That's the big culvert on Hay Creek.
Okay,
That's
Oh, that's the one.
supposedly gonna be part of the
yeah, they're
grant
gonna
to
replace
fix
that,
that road.
you bet. So just hold on that.
The next one is the little wooden bridge down by the Bonsek
Okay,
farm here on Amicoy Lake Road.
okay,
That's wooden also.
Hmm.
There's probably some bolts
just tighten them up.
that need to be tightened,
Okay.
or check it out.
Okay.
I have a question, would it be possible that, I mean, who was this sent to?
To me, I guess.
Okay, I mean, shouldn't everything go to our town of Stubbs so that we all have access to
I
it?
would certainly think so.
So who is this from?
Mark Serby.
What company is he with?
Highway Mark,
What is it?
Highway Mark.
That's the name of the company?
That's what it says here. highwaymark@gmail.
Well, that's, I mean, I've never even heard of them. That's weird.
I just heard of them today, or, well, when I got this thing, so I thought I'd.
Who are they through though?
Yeah, I
the
mean, why would we
DOT,
randomly get this?
Wisconsin DOT has hired him, that hired him to do inspections.
Is there any DOT emails on there?
Nope,
But
M&L Management Consultants LLC.
I mean, could Carolyn go ahead then and let them know that that should come to the town?
Sure.
I mean, cause we've done this before,
Here, you just
Yeah.
take that.
and then, yeah, okay.
Okay. Step check lane mapping.
Oh, so I became a Google Geo something or other, part of the group or whatever. Anyway, that makes me able to go in and make corrections in Google that eventually they will agree that I'm correct. So it's a very slow process and I try and change things and they change them, but they get them wrong. So then I have to go back in, so I'm trying not to give them too much information at once. But I was able to change the addresses on West Stuff Shock and on North Stuff Shock Lane where people got new fire numbers because they'd been incorrectly assigned originally. And so I'm told those are accepted. And if you go in and Google your address, if you live on those roads, it should be popping up, your address should be popping up. I'm still working on the name of the roads, still trying to get that done, but I just wanted to let you know that it is being addressed and worked on, and if you're one of those poor people running out in the road and flagging down the UPS truck, I'm trying to get it so that you don't have to do that anymore, so.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for doing that,
Yeah.
continually.
Update on guardrail status.
The guy said that in about 2 weeks they should be doing the guardrails.
He'll do it at the same price.
Yes, yeah, oh yeah, yep, they'll do it at that price, and I called them today to see, okay, when are you gonna do it? He said about 2 weeks.
Okay, good. What are doing work on public roads? I went to the attorney as you, had suggested, and he wrote us 2 letters. One was letter doing doing work on public roads, answered, Mr. Lakowski's email. This is, Well Riley, Justin. And here's what he says, that's answer number 1.
Do you have copies of this?
Nope, that's just, I got that one copy.
Is it for the turnarounds?
No, this is for doing work on public roads.
Oh, okay, for answer number 1.
Okay, so, okay, where is the question?
Go on the next page. See, I asked here. Just give it to me out there. See, let's see.
And can we have copies of that, so we each have our own copy?
Sure. They're both right. No, this is at the central line. See, I asked him 2 questions.
This one.
Okay, I'm not
This
quite
is
sure
the
what
question.
that's on. Okay.
Right
This
there.
is the question.
Yeah, that's the question though.
Right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. There are 3 letters.
This one.
There's 3 letters?
We wrote this cease and desist, and he replied with this letter.
Okay.
So, we went and asked him that question.
Okay, there's 3 letters, that's 2, okay.
Okay.
Oh, there was a letter I didn't know about, there were 3 letters. Okay, then the email.
This answer for this one.
Then, look for number 2.
Oh, for number 2.
That was number 2, right?
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah, that was, yep.
Okay.
And that's the letter that the attorney wrote.
We wrote this letter? Oh, this is what he's saying we should write back,
They
okay.
should go back to Bob.
So our town clerk is supposed to know what's happening?
She calls the town clerk, and the town clerk will notify Craig or whoever on the road.
Okay, Sandra, I read that letter a long time ago, it said.
I actually,
Okay.
can Craig be contacted directly as the Highway Works Department?
I would.
I would contact you and then you can disseminate it to whoever, Craig or whoever.
Okay, I mean, I think we maybe need a policy on this, because to me, I mean, I get phone calls, people call me, hey, there's a tree down here. The sheriff's department called me like a month ago. And,
I get calls too.
no, I know, but I mean, I think it should go to a board member. It can go to Craig, I'm not saying it can't go to Craig,
It should go through the board.
but I like to have it go through the board.
I get calls on trees over the road,
Yep.
things like that. Anything else that should go to the board.
Board of clerk is what I put.
The clerk can always,
disseminate it to whoever.
or could contact you.
Yeah.
I mean, any one of us, I mean, any one of us. I mean, I think, I guess, you know, some people are more comfortable contacting you, some are, you know, I mean, just whoever they want to me, they can contact any one of us, or the clerk. You know, I would think, wouldn't that be okay?
Yes, but I just put the clerk on there because she can disseminate it. And if they wanna contact us, they can contact us.
I'm thinking, is that really the clerk's job?
Can be.
Like,
I mean, what is our job? What is our job? I mean, I think that's our job.
Safety,
if I didn't know and I was a person, didn't know who to contact, I would contact the person on the website.
that's it.
And if it's the town hall, I would call the town hall.
Yeah.
And whoever's,
Town hall, when you call it, it says to call the clerk at my cell phone number.
or you can go look and see who the board members are, and phone numbers in this there too. So,
Yeah, we're all on there.
I just put the clerk because they should call the town hall. And if they wanna contact one of us, they can go ahead, but they should contact the town hall, which the clerk is there. And she'll disseminate.
So, but the clerk, she'll then, is it the clerk's job then to call Craig, or does the clerk call one of us?
She can call whoever it needs to go to. So if it's a road thing, she can call Craig.
So that can be done without board approval?
Okay, well,
Or we have a policy, you know, there's like there's a tree across the road, so someone's gotta go handle it right away, as opposed to here's, you know, a deer body in the ditch or something, you know. I don't know.
yeah, we can't
How
sit
close the
here and
crisis is.
I mean, you can't.
think of every
There's gonna be a
situation.
Yes, if they call you, you're gonna disseminate it to whoever it needs to go to.
okay, I guess this is kinda hard, because I don't have all the letters, and, I mean,
It's all right there.
why would we not have gotten this ahead of time?
Cause you're getting it now.
Okay, well then,
It's gonna take a while.
I will read,
I have that back, so I'll make copies.
okay, make copies, so that we each have it, thank you.
Table with them?
Do we wanna make a motion or not make a motion?
I mean, I think we need to look into this more, and quite frankly, I think if we get them copies, have our letters,
Okay, what do
do
you
we
need?
really wanna spend a lot of time on it right now?
So what do you need to look into on this? So I can write it down.
Okay,
What's wrong with the letter? I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out.
I don't know, cause I don't have, I would have to read Bob, isn't this the letter that Bob sent us?
Yes,
Okay.
this letter right here,
Okay,
it's responding to this letter.
okay, it's, and,
And the attorney wrote this letter.
okay. I mean, I would appreciate, as a board member, getting some of this stuff ahead of time, because it's nice to look it over ahead of time.
We have this one,
Yes.
well, I have this one.
Right,
You're
but
supposed
we
to
don't
get
have the lawyer response, and I would like to see what was the questions to the lawyer
You,
and the answers to that they are.
you received this letter too.
This one,
This one from Bob.
yes,
You
I
received,
did, I did.
and you got a copy of this letter. Today,
You got it
Just
today?
now,
I think today,
Okay.
today?
yes.
Well, really? Okay,
So if you
I
want.
mean, I didn't look at any emails today, so I don't even know what letter you're talking about right there, I have no idea what that is.
We'll table it then for next meeting.
And I would ask, respectfully, it would be nice if we would have the information before a meeting. I do like to prepare for a meeting, but I didn't know that we had a letter from the lawyer. I mean, would that be okay if we could get this
I
stuff?
s- You know, you asked me to contact the attorney, so I.
I did not
contacted the
ask you to
attorney.
contact the attorney. I did not.
The road turnarounds, that is, starts right there, number one.
turnaround?
Yep. And then there's a
Wait a
reply.
minute.
Okay.
Okay,
This is about the turnarounds
Yes.
that we said, see what the lawyer says.
Yes.
At the last meeting, I do
Yes.
remember that.
Yes.
So he went and he emailed the lawyer the same exact information that we wanted to know. What his thoughts, his or her, his thought is.
From a well director.
Okay, so then we're looking for response number 1.
so we have to go to,
This
okay.
is the answer.
And he responds a couple of, that's his final answer, cause he responded,
Oh,
he
well, so
responded
they
in a
have to
way that he misunderstood the question, and he was going on plowing private roads, okay? That's what his
Is
response
that
was.
up here
Yeah.
something?
So then I said, I think you misunderstood the question.
Misunderstood the question, it's dead end roads that he's wondering about.
So much for transparency. Yeah, it'd be nice if they'd read out what the answers were.
And then he put a draft letter in there? Did he put a draft letter in here?
No,
That was,
that's his response.
okay. Oh, for item number 2, I'm sorry, okay. Okay, so that's his answer. Okay. You wanna read the answer?
Yeah, I can read the answer, yep. Answer number 2, let's see.
Yep, that's.
Okay, as we discussed over the phone, you are correct. The town likely should place gravel in the right-of-way to act as a turnaround and minimize any potential liabilities associated with utilizing private property for municipal vehicles to turn around in. Okay, that's what he responded,
Okay,
the attorney.
so are we
Yeah.
talking, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that was a turnaround, and it would take, I think Craig said, maybe 1 to 2 loads of gravel, and I think there's 7.5 yards per load. Yeah, figured 7.5 to maximum 14.
Okay, have you went out and looked at these?
We looked at those 4. We looked at the first 4, and I think there's 13 of them, you said?
Yep, I think there's about 13 of them.
Okay, that's what you said.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, so I will ask, at the last meeting, we decided to do the waiver.
yes, and I asked him about that,
Okay.
which one is best?
So we didn't decide to do the waiver, there was an ask to do the waiver,
Yes.
and you said you would talk to the lawyer
Yes.
to see what they say. We didn't
Yes.
agree on anything about any waivers.
Okay, so, in my opinion, I called the insurance company. Did you call the insurance company?
Nope.
Okay, I called the insurance company. My question was, I wrote it down, if a snowplow or grader causes damage to a resident's personal property, and please define that, while turning around in their driveway, would our liability insurance cover the cost of repair, and what would the deductible be? The answer was, the deductible is $1,000, and we would be covered on any property, buildings, personal property, a flower garden, ditches, anything. And we are covered anywhere, in a private driveway, if we're in a parking lot in downtown Ladysmith, we are covered everywhere. So, there is no liability. I mean, and we've been doing this for how many years? We've never, I believe, had an issue that, does anybody know of an issue we had in the last 100 years?
No.
Has anybody had an issue in the last 100 years? Okay,
Not that
so,
old.
we've had no liability issues, period.
I mean, look at that.
So when we do, and I mean, I do feel when we do have something come up, that there's a problem, our guys have always let us know, and we fix it when it happens. Has the guys complained about any of the turnarounds?
If the township wants to assume the liability because we've got $1,000 deductible, if we hit something, okay, we
Yep.
gotta pay that.
Yep.
Our insurance rates will go up. If you wanna take that on, we can take it on.
I would like to take that on, I would, and just turn around. People are absolutely fine with turning around in their driveways. They have no problem with it.
Then, snow, they don't plow snow on it,
What do you mean they don't plow snow on it?
on their private driveways.
I don't know if they turn around in them. If the snow's too deep, then that's another question. So I hire someone to come,
Right. Do you plow the driveways out when you drive on them, those turnarounds?
Ordinarily not. If the snow is blowing in that deep, we have to do something to get in and out.
Okay,
and, I mean, we do have, so, if somebody, I've seen this happen, you hire someone to come and plow your driveway. Well, the road isn't plowed yet. So the person plowing, they're driving a truck. They plow when they go down the road because they need to, if it's deep snow, that doesn't happen that often, but it happens. They are plowing.
if you wanna assume the liability,
I will,
okay,
yeah,
we'll
I
take it
will.
on, and
I have a couple of things. How, just thinking out loud, looking at both sides of it, how can we go ahead and assume the liability of something that may happen? Sure, it hasn't happened in the last 30 years. It takes one time, one thing. But we can't go and we're called out for fixing someone's culvert for $1,000 to the town. But we can go ahead and assume the liability for something that may happen. That's like juggling two
Wait,
different
what-
balls.
What is your first part?
How can we go ahead and be okay with taking the risk of a snowplow hitting a car, let's say? You total out the car, we're on the hook for $1,000.
Yep.
Okay?
Mhm.
But then, but everybody else wants to follow what's in the laws. We have to ask the lawyer about this, ask the lawyer about this, ask the lawyer about this. We asked the lawyer about this, that's what the lawyer said. But now, the lawyer says with something we don't like, we're not gonna go with what the lawyer says. But on every other issue, we're gonna go with the lawyer says.
And what other issues is that?
Whatever we just had to table, what did we just table? The letter, doing public work on public roads. Well, we don't wanna send him that letter because we've always done it that way, so now we're not gonna follow the law. It's wishy-washy all the time, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna follow the law and all the laws? Or are we gonna not follow the law and do what we've done for the last 30 years? That's what I feel is going on.
So then why wouldn't you pass the site plan for things that are coming up in the future?
just be quiet.
So, they have no so, okay, for one, I'm gonna say this is the second time that Dave, you and I have both talked to a lawyer and we've both come out with different answers.
So I think we need to talk to the same lawyer. I don't think we can be calling 3 different lawyers because you're gonna get a different
And
answer.
I think the lawyer needs to be here.
You didn't talk to the lawyer. I called the lawyer on this one, okay? And you didn't call a lawyer on this one, did you?
I did not.
Okay,
However,
okay.
when, it depends how it's worded or, whatever. I think we need to have the lawyer
Then
here.
we call them together then.
Why doesn't he come here? He's our lawyer.
We can call them together. You gotta pay him to drive here,
I know.
okay? So you wanna incur all that expense.
Okay, is that even possible for us to call him together? Is that legal?
Yes, call a meeting and we'll call them together.
Yeah, so you called him.
If you
So
read-
is it okay if I call him?
You read my note. I mean, I
I mean,
explained exactly what it
that's-
was.
Right,
Okay,
Is it okay if I call him?
On the phone during the meeting.
Well, then I think we're gonna be spending a lot of money on 80 different people calling
know how
on
to do
it.
that.
I think if we're gonna contact a lawyer, it should
Not
be
that
together so we
difficult.
can get in, so we
In a
can
meeting.
just.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
that's
It
what I'm
should be
saying.
together, not like this.
That's what I just said, together, okay?
Yeah, all of us, yeah.
Well, if you wanna be here, Pam, I. it makes no
Well,
difference.
why wouldn't she wanna be here?
Depends on when we call her.
Right.
Cause she's working. But if you
Well,
wanna be here,
I think we all
we'll
would,
accommodate her.
I can call in if need be.
Okay. So, you wanna call the attorney in on this one again?
Well, maybe we're gonna need to make a list of few things to ask the attorney about, because obviously there's differences here.
Yep, there certainly is. So we'll table this. Okay. Grant application for Tony Road, we're gonna apply for that in 2026 for 2027. That's what Steve Tees wants to do, and be sometime probably this fall, is probably when we'll start the actual application. Boulders around fuel tanks, we got a bigger problem there. We don't have a retainment system. I looked at those, and we don't have a.
Is that the thing that's underneath?
No, it's
Oh.
if the tanks get a leak, and there's fuel were to spill out of the
Yeah.
tanks, that it's a catch basin really,
So
so it's
I-
cement, and,
I think we got the extra expensive ones,
We did.
so we didn't need that.
Those
We
are
have a double
double walled
wall.
tanks.
Yep.
They're
We have
approved
double walled tanks,
for
okay,
both.
good,
Yep.
that's what we did.
For
Good.
both. You don't need a containment structure with them.
thank you then.
We're good to go there.
Okay, then the bowlers will cost, $2,400, yeah,
How many is
about
that?
$2,500. Well, the bowlers that are out there right now, they don't have any cement in them, they're just pipes put in the ground.
Oh, so that would be doing the whole thing.
Yeah, so he's gonna do, 7 of them, 6-inch, he'll cement them all in, $2,500.
Are you talking all the front of the building here and
I'm talking those tanks, just the
just
tanks.
the tank?
Just the tanks.
Okay.
7 of them are in there?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it would take?
that's what he
Yep.
said. John Tracek, be $2,500 to do all 7.
Make a motion
Yeah.
to spend the $2,500 to get the 7 boulders around the fuel tanks.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passed. Cemetery maintenance, Carol Hughes, with $1,000 donation.
Yep, we have it.
Yep. Oh,
We
she,
know what we wanna do with it.
okay, well, we talked about it last time, what, straighten the gravestones out, new flagpole, and I don't know what else we all talked about, but that
Did
was
she
2 things.
specifically say it had to be for something
Something
special
besides,
or something?
You're right, yeah, not normal maintenance.
Well, there's only so many things that you can do.
She would like to see this donation held for the Apollonia cemeteries out of the ordinary type of care for such things as cleaning or leveling headstones, tree bush removal or additions, fencing requirements, signage, benches.
Okay.
I thought benches would be really nice.
yep, that'd be nice, that'd be a nice thing.
I mean, I would like to see the flagpole, Pam, did you do our flagpole here?
I did. Is there a flagpole out there?
Yes, it'd be a replacement. And Craig, do we know how tall it is? 20?
Give or take 20 feet.
Okay.
And it's old, it's not much of a flagpole,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, replace the flagpole.
I will have to find out how much that's gonna cost.
You wanna look at a bench then too?
And, well, there's benches out there,
The
Do they
flagpole
just-
out here was like 3,000.
Yeah.
except this is more than one, is this one, this is way bigger than the one than the one there,
Why don't
right?
I look into the
This is a
flagpole?
30 footer.
That's a 30.
Need anything that big.
20 is
A nice 20-foot pole would be,
That'll probably,
that'd be sufficient.
I'll find out if it's like a lot less. I think a bench is gonna run, I mean, if you get a nice one, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
really
gonna be
expensive.
probably
we did.
expensive.
And we actually have two of them out there, don't we?
Okay.
Is there two of them out there? I mean, they could use some painting or little, they're metal, I think.
Maybe move to where people see them. so they can see
Yeah.
them.
I mean, they're actually chained to the fence there.
Oh.
I believe they're metal.
Okay.
Oh, and then, yeah, the light pole, we have a solar light out there, don't we?
Is there?
There is a light on it.
Yeah. There is a solar light on it now.
We didn't put it on there.
Yeah, but is
I
it?
think the Legion did.
The Legion probably did.
Okay.
I think Mike Newman did.
Okay.
So, but just, you know,
We'll look at the plate.
yeah,
Okay.
I think that's about all we need.
The biennial paving, ratings, that happens December 15th, so probably
We were gonna set up a
October-ish.
meeting, yeah.
in October-ish is when we'll meet.
Yes, that's up
And
there.
then we've gotta do a, actual meeting on that then too.
Yes.
Discuss CD maturing August 15th.
Right, I called the bank. So we opened up a CD for $30,000 back in February of 2024. That, term expires this Friday, August 18th. We're currently at a 4.41% interest rate. So I not only checked with our bank, but a few other banks that look like they have some competing rates available. So I do have that information, but, I guess I have a question before we talk about reinvesting that, cause I know we just made that first large down payment for that new chassis. And my understanding is that was one of 3 payments. I don't know, like, is it 2 payments?
No, just 2 payments.
Okay, so anyway, I don't know when that next payment is due, or how much it's gonna be, and if it's wise to reinvest in that CD, or if we need to cash it out.
Okay.
I say I just soon hold it, and figure this out.
Okay, I mean, so actually though, what did you say, after the 103,000 was out last month, we had 344,000 left? And that's after the 103,000 is out?
Yeah, because we got a large tipping fee from Waste Management, some income, so yeah, right now, in checking, without the expenses for August, we have 307,000
Oh,
with
there you go, yeah.
cash. So maybe that's plenty sufficient, and maybe we know enough, that the
That would
truck
be
isn't gonna cost
sufficient.
that much, and we wanna renew the CD.
Because we already paid the 100,000. Craig, can you remember the amount on the survey?
300,000.
Oh, it was in the 200,000 range, I don't honestly
Remember.
There should be. Monroe Equipment, put a
Bid in.
bid on it.
Yeah,
Should-
Carolyn did.
Should have record of that.
In the file, you would have the bid,
On Monroe bid,
a Monroe bid.
on that truck.
And that would tell us, and truly, what we've been getting from Waste Management is unbelievable. It's gone up a lot.
Yeah, we got $80,000 this time.
So, you know, I think we would have enough money to roll that CD over.
Take a look.
And then she didn't, oh, do you have the amount?
Yeah, I do have, okay, so first of all, we currently invest at Chippewa Valley Bank, and it's at 4.41. Now, their rates change daily, and this was like a special rate, so not all these banks have this kind of rate. So we can call on Friday, when it matures, see what the rate is, see what they'll give us. Some of them, if they give us a higher rate than maybe they're giving other people, it will require officer approval. And the good thing is, we have 10 days after it matures to lock in again. So, I guess
What's the rate right now?
it's at 4.41%.
No, not our the current rate that they'll give us?
I don't know what the actually, you know what? I think it's at, 1.98, it's not very good. At Ladysmith Federal, it's 1.5, SF Bank and Ladysmith, it's 0.5.
What?
That's not right.
That can't be.
That's not right.
CD.
That's what, that was on their website.
RCU.
That's their
RCU's
posted
going-
rates.
RCU's going for like
That's their
4.1,
posted
I think.
Yep, I think those are special rates though,
No, they
Dave.
aren't, they're just regular rates.
Well, they're called special rates, except you can get into them anytime, and they're only for like, whatever they're doing, 7
They're
months,
offering
12
for a
months.
certain
12 months.
duration, yep.
12-month CD is what it was.
Is it right now?
Yes,
12 months,
I saw it.
okay. So, Yeah, we wanna be in that 4.4 somewhere, that's where we wanna be.
Yeah, like River Falls State
Four.
Bank has a special rate of 4.25. Anyway,
Okay.
so I would ask this, if Chippewa Valley Bank is comparable to, say, the 4.11 at CFF and Ladysmith, I mean, I
Oh,
think
right.
it would probably be easier just to renew it at Chippewa Valley than go through all the paperwork
If you
at a
can-
new bank.
Yep.
Yeah, if you can renew it there, even if it's a little bit lower. I don't, we should.
I mean, if it's still 4 point something at Chippewa Valley Bank, yeah, I would do it there.
But don't we also have that other 30,000
Well, we were supposed to invest.
on the budget?
Um,
Like, we have a total supposedly of 60,000 set aside.
Set aside 60,000, set aside, yeah,
Which is 30 in the CD and then 30
otherwise,
floating around.
yes. So, I mean, and we don't have to invest it in a CD, you know, we can do, but we were just doing it because we're not gonna spend the money anyway, we're gonna save it for the truck, and we might as well get CD rates.
Right.
So with that other 30,000, as you say, floating around, where's that, what is that?
It's in the bank.
Okay, that's
It was
okay.
budgeted, but yeah,
Okay.
you can't work off the bank balance, you have to work off the budget.
Okay,
Right, so truly that, whatever it says here, you'd have to take 30,000 off.
okay.
But we
How
have
much do you
enough
have
money.
left, or did you find it?
The balance.
No, I don't have any paperwork on this truck. I have this thing where we paid 100 and whatever for it.
What's our total CD at right now?
31,000. 926.22.
We get a rate of 4% or better.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
That's okay, I agree.
Wanna make a motion?
Make a motion to roll the CD into another 12 month, if we can get 4% or better from Chippewa Valley.
I
I
second.
think.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passed.
Okay, Val, who has to, does anybody have to sign on that, who has to do that?
Dave and Caroline are the two that would have to sign, if we just roll it over, I'm not positive it needs a signature, but I'll find out, I'll call Friday, find out what that rate is to renew it.
Okay.
And find out, you know, if it's 4% or more, who needs to do what, and I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Computer repairs, we discussed that already. Discuss landfill negotiations. Annie has decided to, decline the nomination, to be on the landfill. Negotiations, and I asked Jim Zach to be on it, so Jim, he accepted. And so, that's what I would like to do. So, can we make a motion?
I'll make a motion to take Annie off the landfill negotiation and be replaced with Jim Zach.
I will second that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Okay. And then the,
Resolution.
yeah, update that, so you got all the right names on there. Now, we asked for public, suggestions on the landfill. If there's any comments or anything at the last meeting, if somebody has a, you know, an idea, something that they would like from the landfill, just raise your hand and go ahead. Anyone?
Did you ever talk about extending the road to the second driveway that they're gonna have for the new cell?
We haven't yet, but we can, yes.
Okay, I did talk to Tina and she said they are gonna access everything from the road that is.
They
there.
are? Oh, okay.
That's what she told me.
Okay.
So, cause I asked about that.
There are some other things too, actually. Debris litter from trucks.
Yep.
Groundwater and surface water monitoring. Composting.
Yep.
Tipping fees. Annual fees for property owners. Nearby.
Within a mile.
Vertical height limit.
What, wait, what is that annual fee, what is
It was something that Justin Andrews mentioned, when they had the interview thing.
I think it was, wasn't it within a mile radius?
Yeah, it's within a mile radius.
So anybody that would have, their property value would have been affected by
Not
the
a-
landfill
Not
being
an
there,
annual fee, an annual
they would receive some kind of a stipend?
stipend.
Yep.
okay.
You bet.
What do we get from
You got something in?
I do,
response?
go ahead.
You done, Jim? Or,
Per quarter.
Tom, you done?
I am, thank you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say
This
this,
was our
so
last
when,
minute for-
the first time we started the negotiations, and when they started the landfill,
$79,066.
they were testing the wells at the place up there. I think
Oh,
there
numbers.
were 3 places they were testing the well.
Yeah, 80.
Little more
Got
than
the
that.
first rating.
32, actually.
Well, no, but they
That's
were
what it's
doing
like.
it yearly. And then at
Yeah,
some point they
that's
quit.
more
I think that might be a good idea to start that again.
I think they're supposed to.
Be nice to double that.
Says that, cause they take them right away. You know, we'll cover
But
that.
I'm just saying, it used to be yearly, and then they just quit doing it. And, but now, I think it'd be good, cause they've been there for a lot of years, and if anything was gonna happen to the wells, it's just the people that the underground water is being goes to.
Anyone else?
I had mine too that I sent.
Got yours.
I have a question. The watershed program, watershed off the, dump, does that go into Hay Creek or Surgeon Creek?
And then draining.
I mean, I was told years ago by a environmentalist that McCoy Lake would be polluted in 50 to 75 years from the dump. Is that, I don't know if there's any
That's a
truth to
good
that.
question for, you know, to
Yeah,
put that
we
way.
think the water should be monitored all the way down.
Just get monitored water.
And they do have monitor wells right on the hills, but.
Do we ever get a report of how many kilowatts they're producing?
I don't think so.
No, we need nothing with the electric at all.
So we have no connection to that, we don't know what they produce and how
No.
much, if it's up or down?
We get nothing.
Will the new site be connected to that kilowatt system?
Don't know.
The new landfill
Yeah.
expansion?
Yeah, when they expand and they have the wells drilled, and then they run the gas to the generators, are they gonna continue that operation?
I would assume so, but we can.
Yeah, probably
Find
should
out.
check in, and then find out what actually they do produce, how much do they do? I know it goes to Jump River, and I know Jump River pays very little for it. Almost nothing,
Probably 3 cents probably.
maybe less. I asked someone who was in charge and they wouldn't tell me because it was classified, that told me that it was dirt cheap.
Okay. I know that.
I would like it that it should power all the homes in Stubbs.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
I wouldn't gain much.
Okay, anything else? Anyone else? Okay. Discuss, landfill pass for new F&A bar being established.
Someone has closed on the F&A bar and wishes to open it as a bar. They are applying for their liquor license, which we have. But they also wanna know if they can dump.
They already had, there already was one for them.
Do you know what it was under?
Aaron, Heather, do you remember? Aaron somebody.
I thought it was, his last name was Mitchell. Mitchell, or maybe it was,
But it wasn't a bar, it was.
You just
I
order.
mean, he was just residential, I think,
Right.
because it
When
wasn't a
somebody
bar.
buys a house, you just
I
give
mean,
them a pass.
that's who owned the bar, that was the, what do you call them people, the outlaws?
I know, but it wasn't a bar.
No, it wasn't a bar.
Right, it was a bar at one time,
Yeah.
when they bought it.
Okay.
But how do we do that? Do we, okay, do we do something separate for?
Residential.
And I think we
Okay.
did. No, they did.
The only other business we have in the town is the G&P Auto down the road here, they have a pass.
And then what about Taylor? The one Taylor, they
They
have
live
that.
there, they live there.
Who's
She
Taylor?
doesn't know, she doesn't know if that lady lives there, okay?
That's
I don't know,
Oh,
like
Taylor's
the
golf
F&A
course?
lady
Oh,
But I live,
in the area, or if
cause it's,
Yeah, liquor license and they
Yeah.
yeah, just get.
So you don't know if she's gonna live here, did you ask her?
pass to us.
No. So far, I'm just trying to find out if the business can get a
Okay, I would do the business.
I would say the
pass.
business.
Yeah.
I heard that Dean is gonna put that on the file.
Business gets a pass.
But we can't do that till Dad
We
passes.
good? Okay, discuss a temporary landfill pass for
Last I
CJ
heard is
Christman's
that
rental
they're
property on
Adam Hall, then they took
3062
them back.
South Hutchinson Road. What is that about?
Oh, he just needed a temporary pass to clear out, you know, he's doing renovations and needs to clear away the peeling off the wall.
I don't know that Dean is really interested in that, as long as he can get him at the same
Okay, clerk
tax.
update on landfill passes and building
He
permits.
can, his goal is the golf course, as long as he can maintain that,
There
right?
you go.
Bye.
I just lost it, here we go. Jared Lathrop and Lacey, what's her name? Sorry, Lacey Knight, I think? No, Lacey Frank and Jared Lathrop, applied for a pass, and the treasurer said they are residents, so they're gonna get a pass. And Stephen Caroline Vanderloop, got a building permit for their shop.
Yeah. Approve monthly bills for payment.
Yeah, Frank used to own that bar.
Carolyn, did you get a sum of what these checks total? I didn't see it, but maybe I missed it. I saw one that went,
Yes, ma'am.
it's, I know, this is the total, like, oh, okay, well, there we see. Oh, well, there's some charges that we had.
Yeah, that's since the last meeting. To the present. It's that total.
Oh, 15,000, okay. I'll tell you, we do not need to transfer funds.
Good, Danny?
Yep.
Good, Pam?
Yep, I make the motion to approve the monthly bills.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed.
So
Next
we
one.
shouldn't have to transfer any funds anymore, right?
No, she's okay.
Right, but we don't,
We should really never have to do that.
right, so we could probably take that off, even though that's something we always did.
You know, one thing I'd like to entertain is working with some of these people like waste management and all that, and just having them put it directly into our checking instead of savings.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to
would
transfer it
change-
every month,
right.
but,
Well, how do you know that at some point the savings isn't gonna be more than checking, cause that's how it was.
I mean, we changed it once because,
What's
They-
easiest for
That's
you?
why we transferred it.
right, maybe
Just
we need to
saying.
ask them.
Just what's easiest for you?
I know that setting up the ACH or whatever it is for them to do it automatically through the state and stuff like that is like,
It is.
Okay.
so it's easier
once
just to
it's
transfer the
done and
money.
we got them to do it and now they do it, it's like,
The other thing is you might have to have like certain amounts being automatically deposited in there to keep it
Okay.
open or something. Some banks have that too, so.
So we'll leave it
Just
as is.
transfer, yeah. Okay. We'll take that off. Next meeting date?
8th.
September 8th. Great. And we finished the agenda, so thank you all, and that's it. I saved the email.
same thing.
Yeah, no?
The question I had, I was thinking the same thing. This is like, all we can do is that, right?
So Sherm, how you doing?
Good now. Feeling better now.
Good.
What'd you do, get sick?
Yeah, all that previous work got me really down. Not feeling good at all.
Smoking that 2 packs of Canada a day?
Oh, yeah, not too good. Well, my daughter was here with her boyfriend and his 2 kids, and we were outside all the time. My throat got so raw, I couldn't walk. And, yeah, I spent all day Saturday sleeping.